Would you rather have an elite edge rusher or an elite kicker? Fish, I feel like you've thought about this a little bit.
And it's hard because I always say that my hierarchy of player importance, edge rushers like 2 or 3. But I've also been wondering why kickers get so much disrespect because of how many games are won and lost off of the foot of a kicker. And Skol printing shop. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Skol Emerson.
We're international, man.
So
Well, so many games are won and lost by the foot of a kicker.
I'm going to say that you can defensively scheme around not having the great edge rusher to where your defense can still be passable, but having an automatic kicker, having a Justin Tucker versus, say, a Danielle Hunter, I kind of want to have that Justin Tucker.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. And that's probably just because we're so shell-shocked or whatever, however you want to say that in the past tense form. But we've seen so many things go wrong with the kicker for us, even just in regular season games with, Greg Joseph. Yes, I know it didn't cost a lot of games, but we couldn't even watch an extra point with ease. And the history goes back to at least 98 with, bad kicks. I mean, I don't know about before that, but at least 98, we've had problems with kickers. And Ryan Longwell might have been like the most consistent one since that time, but that was like only for a few years. I would love to have a kicker for 12, 13 years and just be that guy and not have to worry about when he goes out there on the field. And I think that's harder to find than an edge rusher. Like, no doubt, edge rusher is probably like the most important on offense and defense, in my opinion, aside from the quarterback. But it's harder to find that elite kicker who's going to be on your team for 10 years. You can find an edge rusher, and they don't have to be a dominant one to be an effective one. And Nolly's shaking his head no, so have at it, my man.
All right. So, look, I don't disagree with any of your takes, but I do think this. In the age of what I think we're all, whether we like it or not, we're playing Moneyball. And I don't know that you can pay an elite kicker and pay an elite edge rusher and pay an elite quarterback. I mean, to me, I love the idea. Let me finish this. I love the idea that we just get our kicker. And if he becomes elite, we get him for 4 or 5 years in a rookie contract, right? Or something similar to that. And I think that's the money ball that I'm talking about. I get what you're saying. If I had to pick one or the other, I'd still pick the edge rusher, to be honest with you. But I like, as far as money ball goes, I think that you have to go with the edge rusher. That's my take.
Shaq, you look like you're agreeing with Rinaldi.
Yeah, so I feel like this conversation shouldn't be that hard. I actually give y'all the benefit of the doubt. It would be nice to have an elite kicker that you can just send out. You can make 50-yard kicks all the time. But just as you can scheme a defense, you can scheme a kick out the game. Because if you don't let the offense get in field goal range, that kicker ain't making no kicks. At least I know if I have an elite edge rusher, the offense has to account for him. And now you got to change your whole offense around me having an elite edge rusher. Like how the Cowboys do with Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons, the 1 year changed that defense from so-so to they got a top 10, top 5 defense just by his presence since his rookie year.
Skulls, oh.
I want to jump in there. You guys can hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay today?
Yes, we can hear you. You sound good right now.
I'm going to go with kicker because though I agree that an edge rusher is more valuable, teams and franchises can be ruined by a bad kicker. Florida State would go into the Miami game every year and think wide left. Like they would go into the game thinking they were going to lose. And being in Indianapolis, watching Vanderjagt miss that kick, once we got Vinatieri, there was just a confidence level that changed among the fan base and the team. They had Adam Vinatieri, Mr. Clutch, and they were going to go to the Super Bowl, and they did. So I think a kicker can ruin a drive. They can change the momentum of an entire game by missing a 38-yard kick, even in the second quarter.
They can take a whole season in one kick.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, but okay. So we talk about having troubles in '98. How many kicks did Gary Anderson miss the whole season and playoffs?
Oh, he didn't miss a single one.
One. He missed only one, so he didn't have struggles. It was just a clutch time.
Okay,
So we've had an elite kicker, and we didn't win.
If he does, I said that was the start of the struggles. Was that?
Yeah, but we had an elite kicker.
We had a 45-year-old kicker for 2 years. It was pretty good. Yes, in 1998.
He won an award that year, didn't he, for being the best kicker?
How
like I don't know.
Since then?
Well, yeah, I understand
How
that,
many
but
edge rushers have we had that have been good since then? Like 10.
We've had quite a few. I'd say we've had quite a few.
We have.
I'll tell you what. I think you guys.
Is my point. It's easier to find those edge rushers that can make an impact on the game than it is to get the kicker.
Jared Allen's the last elite pass rusher we've had.
Wow.
We have not had an elite pass rusher. No, he's not. Doesn't suck. He's a very good pass rusher. He's not elite.
He was the fastest pass rusher to 50 sacks.
Wow. Yeah. Come on, my guy.
Well, I got a question. So when Favre threw that INT, I can't remember who our kicker was.
Ryan Longwell. He would have nailed that thing.
Fuck out.
Why didn't we have confidence in him?
Because we have Brett
It's
Favre.
not that. It's if we have Favre.
I couldn't.
And we also had a too many men penalty that drove us back 5 yards.
That's the one.
At that point, Ryan Longwell could not be trusted if it was more than 45 yards.
What are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm trying to think. I remember too.
Longwell at that time, he was not making no 50-yard field goals.
Yeah.
I remember during that game not having confidence in our kicker.
Because
that's also, I'm glad y'all brought up Ryan Longwell, because that's also when they decided to move the kick forward, the kickoff, they moved it up some yards, and he still couldn't get a touchback. I was like, oh my God.
Well, he didn't kick off. Like, really?
What you saying? His name was Brian Shortwell, Shaq?
Shit. It was something. So I remember him having
my man was 2 for 2 for 50 plus for the Vikings in 2009. He was 6 of 6 from 50 plus in 2008. So I don't know what the heck you're talking about saying my man can't hit from 50. He was 8 for 8 in 2008 and 2009 from 50 plus.
What about 10?
Good thing I'm an old man, huh, Rinaldi?
I'm older than you, so I
know you are.
Hey, but by the way, I'm going to tack my thing on you. I just wrote it down there, but how about this? Coaches aren't going for as many field goals as they were. That's again analytics, man. I think that it's plus the kickoff now isn't just an automatic touchback. I think kickers are. I think they're devaluing the position. So I disagree with the take entirely.
Well, since they changed the kickoff rule, it might give them some more value because now you get kickers who could do special kicks and like pin the return team back.
Dude, 90% of the kicks, I'm just going to say it now, are going to be squib kicks inside between the 40 and the 20. That's all it's going to be.
You can more points than anybody outside of quarterbacks. Kickers are responsible for more points on the team than anybody outside of a quarterback. So to tell me that it's not important and it's dying, I'm not going to buy that.
You said not. I said it's diminishing. It's just not as important as it was.
So diminishing, dying, tomato, Rinaldi. And I'm saying that's not happening.
Yeah, not really. It's still a tomato. It's just a smaller one.
So, well, I mean, we can look and see how many points did kickers get last year. How many points did kickers get last year in 23, and then what did they get in 22? Like, what's the trend? I'm sure we can.
I don't have the number.
I can get that for you if I have some time.
It's less.
I'm just curious. I don't know if it is or not. I mean, kicking is important. It is important.
The top 25 scores last year were quarterbacks and kickers.
Yeah.
Well, that I guess that proves it then.
It doesn't prove it, but it kind of backs my argument.
It does support it a little bit.
It does a little bit.
It doesn't mean they're not diminishing.
It does.
I'm looking it up right now, though. Hang on.
Wait, you looking for someone
I'm going to say this, Rinaldi. I think that maybe the offsetting of going for it more on fourth down is the fact that more kickers are hitting from 60 yards where they weren't able to. So what's within field goal range now is different from, say, 10, 15 years ago.
completely agree. Completely agree.
Inside the dome or a closed environment.
That's true. The Ravens, they get that dome. Justin Tucker would be lucky with that, man. Damn.
Let me tell you something. It's a good thing we a dome team, huh, Shaq?
There's that too.
One of the 50 yards was inside the dome. That's
So
what
let me ask the guy who's an Alabama fan, which the Vikings drafted a kicker and an edge rusher, his opinion on this topic.
I'm a proud papa right now. I am such a proud papa because this conversation was brought to you by the letter A and the number 4. Just like this. Seriously, I am such a proud papa because of where we finally drafted from. Everybody's excited. I get to be the Flavor Flav hype man for this team for so damn long. We finally drafted 2 players, and every one of you fuckers is excited to have 2 marquee players from a pedigree college that are the best at their position. Proud papa. So
What, Jordan Addison and Blackman?
Doesn't matter.
I like that.
They are the best of that team. That's very good. When you're the best of a wait, where were they?
2025 Defensive Player of the Year, Luis Drake Rodriguez. What?
Texas A&M Junior.
Oh, you guys.
Okay, Robbie. Proud papa moment over. Elite edge rusher or elite kicker? Which one would you rather have for your Minnesota Vikings?
Kicker. All damn day long. All day long. I don't want the anxiety. I am sick of the fucking anxiety. I am sick of the anxiety. I'm sick of the anxiety. I'm sick of these bullshit 4th down plays that we run. I'm sick of looking at 3rd and short and shotgun and thinking we're about to punt the damn ball. Let's get a few more yards. We can maybe kick it. No, because we do stupid ass trick plays on the worst possible times. Hopefully KLP gets a brain and figures out, damn, this motherfucker can kick. All right, let's get the guy we just drafted to score points. I am also sick and tired of us losing by 1-score games. This is probably hopefully going to kick that out the window as well. No pun intended. But I no more 1-score games. Let's get a kicker that makes his kicks. I don't want us to be talking about our kicker outside that boy is good. Outside that's the only conversations I want to have with this. And that's all I got to say about that.
So it seems like we were pretty split on that. Like that. Which I'm surprised. I thought it probably would have been more dominant towards edge rusher, but again, we're battered Viking fans. We've seen some things, and maybe we look at it different. But yeah, man, I can't think of outside of a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, a player that I'd rather have than like Justin Tucker. Like over these last how many years has he been there? Like 12 years or something like that. Like that's awesome. Like that consistency. That
Von Miller, Myles Garrett, Von Miller.
But like I said, we got Von Miller.
I've seen Myles Garrett win some games.
Daniel Hunter.
I've seen Adam Vinatieri win a shitload of games.
I've seen us with a lot of edge rushers, and I haven't seen us with a lot of kickers.
You also say that
Chris Dolman, Jared Allen, Daniil Hunter, Brian Robinson, Everson Griffin.
Mike
the
Van
list goes on and on of the great edge rushers we've had.
Scott Norwood.
Not elite, great. Those are 2 different things.
You do not think Jared Allen and Daniil Hunter are elite? You don't think Chris Dolman was elite?
Yes.
Come on, pimp.
Yes.
Get out of here.
At the end of the day, kickers, even though they're elite, could fall off a cliff the next year.
That's true with any position.
That's any position in the world. That's any person in the world.
Sport. In any sport, any position, anything.